Up next, we have Ms. Chew Li Lian, who will be joining us virtually. She is the Executive Director, Area Manager, Groups, Channels and Digitalisation at UOB. To share about Hangout at UOB, which is a space designed by graduates from Ngee Polytechnic's School of Design and Environment. The space encourages collaboration and sharing of ideas and is co-managed by student interns. And it's just beside our unicorn room here. She graduated from RMIT University in Melbourne, Australia, with a bachelor's degree and later joined the banking industry. Today, we get to hear from her on how students can leverage Hangout at UOB to spark ideas in innovation and entrepreneurship, just like Winston. Ms. Chew, please.
Hi, I'm Lillian. Actually, I'm area manager at UOB. It's great to catch all of you at this evening, actually coming late afternoon. Okay, but really many thanks to Ngee Ann Poly, the Singapore FinTech Youth Chapter and the InnoPoly Organizing Committee for having us here to share more about Hangout at UOB, what this space means to us, why we decided to sink in funds to develop these initiatives, and also most importantly, why and how we remain committed to this project. So many of you would know that UOB has been a large part of Singapore population, large part of Singapore history as a banking partner for the large part of the population, serving both the man on the street as well as a growing business like our local SMEs, and also taking on large corporate accounts of MNCs. And as we are headed into the 2020s, we start to ask ourselves, are we relevant? With this in mind, we as a bank start to look out for evolving trends in this world around us, as we realize that we could and have to do more to engage the youth of today to ensure that we never lose a generation of banking customers. So that led to the next big question. How do we begin to be relevant? How can we appeal to the youth of today? What is it that makes the youth of today tick? I will not pretend that I have the answers because I do not. And really, this is really an exploration and an epic work in progress. So on my end, actually, having two boys, I see my boys and their friends readily lapping up most tech, from coding classes to SLS and HBL home-based learning. They regularly engage in games on their iPads and handphones. They download and watch movies on Netflix, listen to music on Spotify, and on WhatsApp and Telegram. They have also progressed from YouTube, Facebook to TikTok, as well as Instagram. And as I speak, I fear they may discover yet another newer media platform. So with the emergence of social media platform, we realize that the stir-around and possible co-office setting will no longer be attractive to the youth of today. What was really just a bread and butter service is constantly evolving and things could never be the same. So let me draw your attention to the next few pictures. Okay, so I would have never have guessed where these places are. In all honesty, I think these are pictures of actual bank branch. Insta-worthy, they draw in many youths. They choose to hang out in the bank. Not only do they use the suite of banking services, they film their TikTok videos there and post their Insta stories of their activities. Okay, so how do we then meet these customers when they don't even step in at all? How do we understand what their banking needs are? How do we know our next generation of customers? We don't. So we have to find out, and we did. We did a survey of 209 respondents, age ranging between 17 to 24 years old. And through this survey, we can see that 56% visited a bank branch more than a year ago. And more than 60% of them responded that ambience made the physical branch more inviting. So our Hangout at UOB is our first attempt to create a space that serves the young adults. And we have since placed ourselves at polytechnics, immersing ourselves in the whole student and startup ecosystem. Even the branding of the branch differs from just UOB. We call it Hangout at UOB because we wanted the space to be inviting. We want the space to be an experimental learning platform for the students. We want to embed our brand, UOB, in the tertiary ecosystem, as well as establish the brand equity to the younger generation, our next generation of customers. So we believe in engagement being key in customer service, customer experience, hence the idea of co-creating the space with the students came about. So nothing beats creating a space for yourself, for your fellow schoolmates. By co-creating the space with students, we use the space to engage them and their community. We welcome students from both Singapore Polytechnic as well as Ngee Ann Polytechnic in the co-creation of the Hangout at UOB, from conceptualizing, innovating, to designing and to voting of their favorite design. All this came from the students themselves. So this is Hangout at UOB at Ngee Ann Polytechnic, where it was launched actually in November last year. The campus incubator and learning lab concept behind the Hangout at UOB and Ngee Ann Poly is more skewed towards engaging the young entrepreneurs, supporting and spurring student entrepreneurship, having the space to allow students to come together, have discussion, workshops, do design thinking while enjoying a cup of yogurt. So what brings me to introduce Canvas Yogurt, a BYOB, Be Your Own Boss program that allows students to literally be your own boss. And this yogurt stall is situated right in Hangout at UOB. UOB also participated in the selection of the cafe to be in Hangout, and Canvas Yogurt stood up clearly among all the finalists. Hangout at UOB in NP is just located within Agile itself. Agile, which means for accelerating growth in innovation, learning, and entrepreneurship. And as I've mentioned earlier, the whole space, even the furniture, was designed by the students, and they are all modular. Really special mention to the table that you see in the picture itself. The table can transform into a showcase table where students can display their works, and their tables are also stackable. So plans to run seminars as well as events to share insights on fintech and innovation and financial literacy programs as well. These are all co-managed by student interns under the supervision and mentorship of UOB employees. We nurture and enable agile incubators to scale quickly by allowing them to leverage on UOB fintech expertise as well as financial services. We have another Hangout at UOB, which is located at Singapore Polytechnic. This is a concept space and a first in Singapore bank to have AI features within a banking space to do social engagement. Also managed by the Singapore student interns, mentored by UOB employees, this space aims to engage students, be it workshops, be it seminars, webinars, flea markets, cards, and board games. So for Hangout at UOB, at SP itself, we are situated at the Food Court 5. So where students hang out to study and eat, we feel that it's actually the best place to engage them. Similarly, this Hangout space is also co-created with the design students at SP, where we also have modular furniture and a little presentation stage, where we can even have a live band performance there. So did I mention that we even have a claw machine? If you see at the picture at the bottom. So students do come in, have fun at a claw machine when they open a personal account with us. And the gift from us is when they claw at the machine itself, it's like a lucky draw. And during the launch of the space, we were even giving out bubble tea. And all these ideas were all from the student interns, which were based with us during that period. Okay, so the engagement doesn't stop there. We organize webinars, jointly with the School of Business, participate in FYP to gain student insights on what they would like to see implemented at the space. And we even allowed them to run their own campaigns and activities at the space, which of course attracted lots of students. We took all these ideas from the students and implemented them at the space itself. Okay, so in support of startups and young entrepreneurs, we are also looking at constantly engaging and helping them start their business with their first corporate accounts. We wish to grow with them at the very start of the business, and also one day they may become a unicorn. In addition, we also introduce our network of mentors, customers, VCs to them, as well as UOB's very own accelerator, the FinLab, to look into the business models, viability, and how UOB can assist them in any other ways, be it mentoring, expansion, advice on several funding options, or even just a cup of coffee to run ideas. Come speak with us. So really, briefly just introducing some of the campaigns that we are running at the moment. Currently, we have a group buy campaign that welcomes students to refer their friends to sign up for UOB One account, and they get to enjoy some perks. In addition, just for NP and SP itself, we have also waived the initial deposits for selected accounts for 3 years, and there's no fall below fee on the account. So if you're interested, do come speak to us at Hangout, at either Hangout at UOB, NP or SP. And if you come from a student body, group or committee, which would like to speak to us on collaboration, please scan this QR scan code and connect with us. Thank you very much, and we look forward to having you at Hangout at UOB. Thank you.
Before you leave, the organizing committee would like to follow up you to mail you your token of appreciation. Thank you for sharing how UOB is investing in student entrepreneurs of tomorrow through Hangout UOB, as well as how student interns at UOB can actually contribute their ideas to this Hangout space with us. To end off today's event, may we re-invite Angeline up on stage. Angeline, take it away.